Do you know how to sell your property for top dollar and not self-sabotage yourself? By the end of this video, I'm going to share with you how to look at cap rates and the net operating income to figure out how to sell your property for top value. Hi, I'm Renee Nelson, and I'm a commercial real estate broker and a CCIM, and I've spent 20 years of my career honing my craft in the multifamily industry and specializing in apartment complexes. I really enjoy helping people understand cap rates and value because often my competitors try to make it seem like it's way harder than it is. And often I find in particular women are sort of just patted on the head and told that they don't understand, they're not smart enough, they don't understand it. It's really not that hard. So today I'm going to walk you through how to analyze a cap rate and how to use that to determine the top listing price. And if you're a buyer looking to buy, then you'll know, here's what I should offer for a property. Here's if I know if it's priced right. Okay, in my other video, I talked about how we derive at net operating income. And in 3 easy steps, here's how we derive at it. We take the gross rents minus vacancy, minus all the operating expenses, and we get to net operating income. So once we have the net operating income, then we look at trends for cap rates. And a cap rate is similar to when you call a residential real estate broker and you say to them, hey, what's a property worth? They're probably going to look up sold comparable properties in the multiple listing system or Redfin or Zillow, things like that. Most residential brokers use the actual multiple listing system because that's very accurate, where Zillow and Redfin may not be as accurate. So they're going to give you a price per square foot. And a price per square foot is super helpful in residential, but in commercial, we use cap rates. And a cap rate is basically the value or the measurement that a willing buyer is going to pay for the property in relation to like and similar sold properties. Now, often I see sellers who really want to push the envelope. We all do as a seller. We want top dollar. And so what I'll see is a seller may ask for a super high price, which cap rate and price are inverse. So if the price goes up, the cap rate goes down. So 1.5 million, 2 million, cap rates going from 5.5 to 5. And typically we try to price cap rates in quarter increments, but every now and then you'll see a cap rate at 5.17, 5.06. But again, we typically try to kind of do them in quarter increments. So again, as the price is going up, 1.5 million, 1,575,000, 2 million, cap rate's going down. And that cap rate is going 5.5, 5, or 5.25, 5, 4.75, 4.5, and the price is going up. That's favorable for a seller. It's not as favorable for a buyer because obviously you want to buy low. The way to protect yourself to make sure that you don't overpay as a buyer is to be knowledgeable on cap rates and what has sold. And if you're looking at something that you're not familiar with, like maybe a laundromat or a car wash or some type of commercial real estate, you really need to call an expert like a CCIM or a commercial real estate broker, somebody that's knowledgeable on the market and can tell you what other like and similar properties have sold for, so that you've got a good number that you can use for a cap rate comparison. And I typically like to look at anywhere from 3 to 5 sold properties to really look at the cap rate. And often I will kind of keep a running dialogue or a list of the properties that I'm familiar with in my area and were they renovated? Did the seller put any money into the property? Those are called price concessions. Did the seller have to do any price concession at the closing table for deferred maintenance? Because that gets factored into a cap rate. Even though a property may sell at a 5 cap, there may be some backstory or some history there. So often I'll talk to the listing broker to find out how that property transpired and what was built into the cap rate. So if you would like a free report on cap rates in the Eugene Springfield area, feel free to reach out to me. I would love to share with you the Eugene Springfield apartment price report that would have cap rates in there, and we can share with you recent sold properties.